Okay, let's make an example so it will be very easy to understand. Let's say that tonight Ied is inviting you to a party, and this will be the sponsor of the party. So you will have NPK, you have Omal, you have Drago, you have Indeco, Cada, Roxxon, and also Promove and Takeuchi. It is probable that you don't have any brand image and you don't make any association. And your feeling for this brand is really flat. There's nothing that you can think about. But if I say that this party, tonight's party, will have as sponsor these brands, probably the overall picture is completely different. Because you can not only read some of the brands, but understand very well who they are, even if there's no name. So, what is this brand? This one. Puma. What is this one? What is this one? Bacardi. Yes. What is this one? Nine. Alright. So, the point is that some of these brands are so important, so well known, and they build such an important brand image that you can also name them without the name itself. So since a few years, Puma and Nike are not using the name anymore. It exists, they can use it on the packaging, for instance, but for advertising, they normally doesn't use the name. So, looking at these brands, you can imagine the feeling, the atmosphere that you will have during this party. So, it's very important that the brand image creates in your mind the world of the brand. And on the other side, it's very important that the brand is able to create a world so that you can immediately get access. So if you want to have a Coca-Cola, you think about all the world of Coca-Cola. If they give to you something else, which is just a Cola, it's not a Coca-Cola, even if the taste is the same. How can you normally give a value to a brand? Actually, it's not so easy. The two main companies which gives value to a brand are Brand Z and Interbrand. Let's say Interbrand is the most known and the one which is working with Business Week. Every year it comes out a ranking of the 100 most important and most valuable companies in the world. The point is there's a real difference between the two ideas of this ranking, because this is only a ranking about the value of the company, so the assets. So if you sell the company, if you sell the factory, if you sell the people, if you sell the products, how much it's the amount of value of the company. But Brand Z is ranking the company, saying that it's important to have the value of the company, but also the popularity. So just to make an instance, in this ranking, Apple comes at the 20th place. And in this ranking, Apple is at the 6th place. And here, Apple is $60 billion worth. And in this one is 15. So it's a 4. So that is that if Apple had to be sold, there's a great difference between the value which is given by Interbrand, which is only talking about the value itself, and the value by Brand Z, which is talking about the popularity of the brand itself.
So which do you?
I normally prefer that one, because for me it's much more important. I mean, if you buy something for Apple, the value of Apple product is not only the product itself, it's the world of Apple, it's the culture, it's the identity of the company. So the value of the company is surely related to the popularity of the brand, not only to the value of the product itself and of the factory itself. Alright, I brought just some examples to see how normally logos are similar depending on the field they are belonging to. That is, you see here, on the left is basically computer. You see it's red and you see it's blue. And on the right is basically electro appliances. You see it's basically black and it's basically red. In any case, even if you didn't know anything about these brands, just at first glance, you can see that there's coherence, let's say. And This coherence is also that no brand is coming out, so no one of them, just for the sake of the logo, is coming to your mind in a strong way. If we change the field, this is the fashion field, you can see what is the difference. Most of them is black, there's a different use of fonts, there's some gold somewhere, Hermes, which actually is orange, something like that, but it's completely different. The image that they give to you is much more important, much more elegant than those who you saw before. So the brand itself is very important, not only for the intangible elements, but also for the physical brand. You know him probably, okay, everybody knows him. Actually, this is not the newest advertising from Armani, because the newest is called Summer Course. But the point is the same. When you have a brand, then you have advertising about that brand, you must have a coherence between what is the brand image in the public and what are the values that this brand wants to cast to the customers. So here you have Beckham. He's a nice guy. It means that he's handsome, but he's also a nice guy himself. He's a gentle one, he's married, he's not over the top, he's not exaggerating, showing off. He could, but he's not behaving that way. And this is the elegant image which is perfect for Armani. So it fits with the Armani idea of elegance. Even if the position is not the more elegant, but anyway, the overall picture is perfect. If we take an image from Dolce & Gabbana, which is almost the same, because it's always a naked man with the underwear, the point is completely different. We don't know anything about this man. We don't know who is he, how he's behaving, and we can assume that maybe he's not so nice as a person as Beckham. Maybe he's not so elegant as Beckham. But the image with Dolce & Gabbana fits perfect.